everybody, and welcome to Chapter 5 and Chapter 6, Summaries for the Hobbit. Last week, we left off with Bilbo stumbling around the cave, and then he gets knocked out because of all the battle and fighting that was going on in the caves with the goblins. So, Chapter 5, Riddles in the Dark. And if you've seen the movie, you know why it's called Riddles in the Dark. You absolutely know why. There's no way you can't know why it's called Riddles in the Dark if you have seen the movie, because it kind of spoiled absolutely everything, and it makes me mad because it feels like I'm useless doing this because you guys already know everything that's happening in the book because of the movie, and you know how it happens and when it happens. Anyway, so this time, Chapter 5, Riddles in the Dark, we have Bilbo waking up after a couple of hours, I'm guessing, because the goblins aren't there. You know, it wasn't like knocked out for 5 minutes. Someone sprayed water on his face. No, it's not that type of deal. No, he was knocked out for a long ass time. Anyway, so he wakes up. He's wandering around trying to figure out where he is, what happened, and everything. You know, just that's what I would be doing. But Bilbo finds a ring. Now he picks up this ring. It's just a simple, small, little golden ring, and it's whatever, So he picks it up and he puts it in his pocket and he keeps it. Now, as he goes on, he realizes that he still has his sword Sting. And that makes him feel slightly better and everything because he does have some form of protection. Now it is slightly glowing. And this is because it's of an elvish make. And by the way, if you guys notice, I keep looking down. As always, I do have my notes, because notes are something that saves us in this world. Because notes are something that just absolutely opens up the doorway for us to do a better presentation, for me to do a better presentation for you guys if I were to actually study my notes and not write them 6 minutes before doing the video. I'm sorry, I didn't do it 6 minutes before doing the video this time. I actually wrote them out yesterday because I was going to do the video yesterday, but it was just going to be another one with voice in it and just one set picture all the way through, maybe some pop-ups here and there probably is still going to be pop-ups like here and here and there and there, maybe everywhere, but I wanted to do it this time with an actual picture, because I feel like when I have an actual picture, you like more in touch with my audience, and maybe it's because of all my stupid hand movements or whatever. I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you like more? Do you like it more when you can actually see my face, or do you like it more when you can't see my face and all you can see is just one set picture, like that or something? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, Sting is slightly glowing. That's because it's of an elvish make. Now, at this point, like I said, Bilbo feels better knowing that he does have some form of protection. Now he pushes on deeper into or farther into the cave systems, and he stumbles onto an underground lake. Now this underground lake is going to be the home to the creature Gollum that has lived there for many, 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 many years. Okay? When Gollum sees Bilbo, he comes ashore because he lives on an island in the within that underground lake. No, he comes ashore and he tries to attack Bilbo. Now Bilbo has Sting, so he's able to fend off Gollum. Now after a little while and some fighting and incidences, they end up in this riddle game, and the person that wins won. If Bilbo wins, Bilbo gets shown the way out. If Gollum wins, then Bilbo doesn't get shown the way out and probably gets eaten. So that's cheery, Alright, so eventually, Bilbo gets impatient and asks Gollum what he's got in his pocket. Now obviously, Gollum isn't going to be able to guess that, because if you asked me right now what you had in your pocket, I definitely wouldn't be able to guess it. It'd be like a handkerchief, and you'd be like, nobody carries those anymore. I'd be like, liar. Right there. That's right. Anyway. Oh, dude, it just got dark. think a cloud went over my sun. Oh well, there's still more light than I usually have. Anyway, Gollum agrees to show Bilbo the way out. Now, when he goes back to his little island to find his ring, he realizes he doesn't have it. Then he starts getting suspicious, saying to himself, what's he got in his pocket? And at this point, he loses his shit and is expecting Bilbo to have the ring. Like I said, he was really suspicious and stuff. Now, at this point, Gollum is no longer friendly and once again tries attacking Bilbo to try and get the ring back. Now, Bilbo puts on the ring and turns invisible, confusing Gollum, who starts crying and saying he wants his birthday present back. Now, if you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, this is probably pretty similar to the point at the Forbidden Pool where Gollum is crying saying he took it from me. Alright. Anyway, but yeah, no, if you don't believe me, it's in chapter 5, paragraph 100, so there's that. Alright, and Gollum is smart enough to know that Bilbo must be heading for the exit of the cave systems and everything. He wants to get out of the Misty Mountains, so he goes and heads him off and actually ends up in front of him. Now, mind you, Bilbo is still invisible at this point, and when he sees Gollum, actually almost kills him, but decides to take pity on him and doesn't kill him, and instead jumps over him. Now, when he jumps over Gollum, Gollum shouts after him, calling Bilbo a thief and saying that he will hate Baggins forever. Now, this is on chapter 5, paragraph, I think 122. I don't know why I didn't write this one down, but 122 or 123, you're welcome to look if you have the book. Well, I mean, if you have this version of the book, then I know it'll be right. Okay. So Bilbo is almost out at this point, and the ring slips off when he is completely surrounded by a bunch of goblin guards, and they all start rushing at him. Fortunately for Bilbo, he manages to get out before he's slaughtered, and this is where it transitions into chapter 6 for The Hobbit. Chapter 6 is out of the frying pan into the fryer, which this is like one of my favorite chapters in the entire book, just because it brings in wargs. And I don't know about you, but I really like wolves. Like, these ones are evil, but I really, really like wolves. It's like one of my favorite types of animals. Well, never mind, I just like animals. But it is one of my favorite types, wolves in general, not necessarily wargs. I mean, they're cool, but they can stay out there. They can stay out there in their little pot and just stay there, you know? Like, don't bother me. Okay, anyway. Once outside of the lonely mountain, oh god, you have to edit that out, so like put a blur over that, like I didn't do that. Anyway, once outside of the lonely mountain, Bilbo is alone. There's no one around, and he is stuck completely alone in the wild, and I'd probably cry and piss my pants. Don't take me on that, I wouldn't do that. Fortunately for Bilbo, he hears Gandalf and the dwarves arguing and sneaks up on them while wearing the ring and frightens them as when he says, and here's the burglar, then takes off the ring. This is chapter 6, paragraph 13, if you want to look at it. Once again, if you think I'm lying about this, or don't think that I'm saying stuff absolutely as it was in the book, and I'm probably not saying it perfectly as it was in the book, but you know what? Read the book yourselves, man. Read the book yourselves. Tune in for the summaries. That's it. Compare our summaries. Alright, I have a job for you guys. I want you to read chapter 7 of The Hobbit, okay? Just chapter 7. You don't have to read chapter 7 and 8. And then put your summaries down in the comments below. And whoever has the best summary, that is what I'm going to be reading in next week's video for this chapter summaries of chapter 7 and chapter 8. And I guess if you do want to do chapter 7 and 8 together, that is completely up to you. Anyway, once outside, I already read that, okay. Anyway, so with Bilbo there, they start out their journey again because they need to put a lot of distance between them and the Lonely Mountains and the goblins inside, because the goblins will be hunting them down once they get out of, once night falls. Alright, after traveling for some time, they end up at a clearing, and upon hearing howling of wolves, Gandalf shouts, "Up the trees, quick!" And this is on chapter 6, paragraph 52, okay? Alright, they all manage to clamber into the trees just in time to avoid being eaten by wargs, which, like I said, is a term for the evil-ass wolves. Alright, now, Gandalf starts lighting pine cones on fire and throwing them like grenades. Now, with all the noise and uproar, this catches the Lord of the Eagles' attention, and he rounds up his best eagles and himself to go see what's going on. Meanwhile, due to Gandalf, everything is burning in the trees, and everything is burning, and I mean this including the trees that they're in. Now, the goblins have now arrived at this point and start singing songs about the dwarves burning into a crisp. Good for us, however, the Eagles arrive and save the day before that can happen. Gandalf, being friends with the Lord of the Eagles, is able to convince him to take him far, far from the Misty Mountains. Now that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 6. Of chapter 5 and chapter 6 summary. Like I said, it's actually a really, really awesome book. I'm actually really happy that I'm reading this for you guys because it's just absolutely amazing. Now, if you want to see exactly how far we've gotten in the book, I'm going to show you. Okay, so here's chapter 7. It's called Queer Lodgings, okay? So this is about, I'd say, I don't know, maybe about almost halfway through the book. Almost halfway through the book. It's like a little over a third, I'm gonna say, done with the book. So we're actually getting done with this a lot faster than I had actually expected us to get done with it. But I will definitely be doing more chapters, and actually next week, maybe if I have the time, I'm going to do 3 chapters. That way we can get done with this and get on to reading The Lord of the Rings, because I've actually haven't read The Lord of the Rings books all the way through, and I've read this one before. So to read The Lord of the Rings books all the way through, I'm probably going to have to buy the books, but it's going to be so awesome to do that, just to go through everything and see what's wrong with the movies, see what's right with the movies, see how much closer that they got with the movies than The Hobbit did, because The Hobbit's actually gotten a lot of stuff really, really close, as you can see, but I don't think it's gotten it quite as perfect as we might want it to be. So anyway, oh, and I promise that that's just a shadow. It's not anything that, it's just a shadow, see? Put my finger up there and you can see it move around in the background. Sorry, I have too much fun with that also. Anyway, so there's the end of that. And once again, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Sorry I didn't get the video yesterday, but I re-explained what was going on with that. And I guess I do need to apologize for flipping my shit the other day, because you guys didn't deserve that. Like, okay, I said you guys write the song for the My Song Mondays, but I guess I should have expected that if I was going to do that, I should have put it up at the beginning of the last week, the last Monday, so you guys could have had a lot of time to comment on those, and I just didn't think about that. So definitely, once Monday comes, you're actually going to get My Song Monday on Monday, and another one on Tuesday to make up for the one that I didn't get to you last week. And then, of course, Wednesday, you should be having the chapter 7 and 8 summaries, And the next day, hopefully, I can get chapters 9 and 10 summaries in, and then next week we'll see what happens there. Now there's no promises for the chapter 9 and 10 summaries because I just don't know at this point, but I will definitely try to get those in for you. And by the way, the difference between the movies and the book, that is going to be coming, but I'm going to wait until we finish up with the book to get those out. That way you guys know what I'm talking about and everything. And I don't know, if you guys have any other video ideas for the Hobbit or for the My Song Mondays or anything, or any songs that you guys actually want me to sing and do a cover of and put out here, I'm not sure if I'd be able to monetize them, but it like I said before, it's not about the money for me. I actually enjoy doing this, and so much to the point where I actually have a job at McDonald's and I'm still doing stuff here for you guys, and even upload stuff after I get out of work, sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it is absolutely crazy, but I really enjoy doing it. And right now we are at 16 subs, and I'll be doing a video when we get to 20 subs, because I am so absolutely excited. I didn't think I'd even get 16 subs, and I don't know, you guys are just awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing. But without any further delay, Cunning Hydra, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. Like I said, I'm not really a holiday person, but I still hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.